What's good, guys? It's your boy CS back with another one. So, the last video where I left you guys off with, we had the title as In the Balance. And the reason I made that video is because I knew there was going to be an explosive move that was going to come. To the upside or to the downside, I did not know which one, but I could tell that there was an explosion waiting to happen because of the symmetrical triangle that we were in. I would say I've missed the move. I have missed adding more longs. As you know, I've had those legendary longs from the bottom, so I'm not really too fussed. I guess the next bit is, well, where does the dominance go? Where do alts go? Can I put some head shorts in here? We're extreme greed. What can we anticipate for the next week or so? And so since I've got back, I've just drawn a few things that I want you to guys to have a look at. The very first thing that I just shared when I quickly saw all these notifications getting blasted on, right, is if we look at this pink trend line, historically, this has always been a top 4 Bitcoin, right? And so we had that one back in 2018. And I shared this within the VIP chat because this is where I was getting so many notifications, not even from just people, but from TradingView. And as we can tell, there was another top there in March, and there's a top in April, 2 tops there in October, November. That spelt the bear market. And so we got a few more tops as well recently in, I think this is the 2024 one, right? December 2024 in January. And right now, we've just blazed through that. And I suspect, well, anything can happen, right, on the weekly candle. But if we closed somewhere down here at 115, that would make me wonder what we could have in store. And again, next week could just be a whole bearish, this is a bearish sentiment. If the whole bearish engulfing candle came next week, that would still mean that would be in play. Again, I'm not saying it is in play. I'm just making sure you're aware that so many people had sell limit orders here. They got blazed through. And so right now, what we're looking at is, just to make this simpler, is we've got our first point of control in between these yellow trend lines. I'm just going to move these white ones that I was looking at just a minute ago. So we've got this first point of control here, and then we've got a second point of control here, which are the 2 lower echelon POC zones that we have right now. So if the 4-hour can stay above 117.6k, then we can see that this has got a lot more juice to go in. And right now, if we just look at the RSIs, they are steaming. Any little flick up will send this, it will rocket. It will literally rocket because the RSIs are just ready to rock. Even here, look at this little RSI flick, a little flick, and boom, it's ready to move again. So RSIs are very much with the bulls. The bulls have got the strength here to flick a switch at any point and send this. And I mean send this hard. And a lot of people, and again, I'll go into a more simpler diagram, is when there's an all-time high that's been broken, right, it normally likes to push up higher. So like, let's say there's an all-time high that was broken around here. It likes to push up higher. And then we finally break this all-time high, 67, all the way to 107k. And again, this 107k has now been broken. If we look at this POC zone, this is 100% going to finish above 108k. I don't believe that this will somehow nuke all the way tomorrow. I mean, anything is possible. It is crypto, but again, I don't feel that is possible. And so this has another like 50k, 40k in the tank, where it could just go straight up to 130, 140, 150k if the bullish sentiment plays out. So that is the bullish sentiment that could happen, and it could happen imminently, because the RSIs are so over roasted. Just one little flick means that this could send. Now, what I want to be aware of is the USDT dominance. So I was just looking at this a minute ago, trying to find my bearings because I've not really traded in the past 2 weeks. This was a falling wedge. Actually, I don't know why that's there. I feel like that is the falling wedge that it's now trying to break out of, and the price target more or less has been hit. It could come back down and back test and then, try to full send. One thing I'd say here about the tether dominance is this 4.3 to 4.37 POC zone is a very strong zone. As you can see, a lot of flicks of 4.37, a lot of flicks here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again getting stuck in this POC zone. It's a very strong POC zone. So if we look on the weekly, I suspect bears are going to get some relief here at this POC zone just because of how big it is. The first time never breaks, as you see there. And it always tends to get stuck within this POC zone here. So I do suspect that bulls won't be able to break 4.3% tomorrow. Again, anything can happen in crypto, but this is just my sentiment. I feel like it can hold here. We've got 3 bearish candles that have moved on the tether dominance, which is bullish for Bitcoin, that have moved quite quick. Now, this can full send very quickly down here. So don't get it twisted that this can very much send very much quickly into our little purple box. And it could just be, the alt season, bull market season over and done with within the space of 3-4 weeks. That's how fast this can move now. And again, I'll be taking top profits from anywhere from 4.10%. This was my original plan. So the only thing on my mind is really taking some short scalps and seeing where the trend... Remember, the trend is your friend, so I wouldn't be betting against it. But again, I would say that for me, because I've already got the longs in, if you're willing to take some shorts, take them at designated areas. Now, another thing I wanted to see is this is just broken out of the wedge, and we didn't get any kind of, in my opinion, any kind of... See, you could say that is a back test. I don't know. Maybe it is. I guess if that is the back test, that's a very quick back test. And in actuality, what you could say is, well, if our measurement is about 9.66%, let's widen it. It's going to end about here. So about 5.9% on the tether and the C dominance, right? So again, this is another POC zone, this white box, very, very massive white box to fill. I don't think, in my personal opinion, this one will break. I've drawn a lot of trend lines and I'm trying to see... I've just spotted something live as we're just looking at it now. Again, I'm trying to get into the groove of things. So I think this could be the channel that we're moving through. Let's see if this connects. Potentially. If this connects here and here, this could be telling us where... Wondering, I'd rather have it there, but that connects a bit more cleaner like that. Let's go with that. Right? If we're looking at it like this, this is coming to basically nuke in this purple box, and then that's it. Literally where my alerts are here, that's the end for me. And that's a massive move. Like a 1.17% move down is a massive move. So if this continues to move, and we head to 130, 140, that would be fantastic. Now, one thing I've just been looking at is this is a very big wick that is getting ate up. And if the dominance continues to play, we could still see a one more flash wick up to around this white trend line. And then we get the full-blown, just absolute berserk alt season. That's a possibility. But regardless, alts have been moving. And from what I can see here, like, oh wow, Bonk's moving ballistically, Mog's moving amazingly. Pengu has no chill. Pengu's just absolutely just continuously moving like crazily. So the trend is your friend, and that's where we need to be. The trend is your friend until the very end. So until I see something otherwise, also recovering right now. Like Useless has come back again. There's a few more alts that are shining through. Some of the other coins that I'm a bit surprised by, like Titcoin, Labubu House, are getting absolutely demolished. But a lot of alts are coming back green, like Whiff now. Peanut's about to turn green. Floki's green. Popcat's green. Brett's most likely going to turn green. So is Fartcoin. A lot of these coins are about to turn green. And so the sentiment is like we're fully in a trend, and the only thing that is kind of putting me off is the extreme greed that is going on. So I think extreme greed is now at 79, which is very, very high. But don't get me wrong, in a bull market, extreme greed can stay there for like 2, 3, 4 weeks before we finally get a move down, the correction down. So don't get it twisted. Don't think just because we're in extreme greed, we're going to be moving down straight away. For some reason, whenever it's extreme fear always gets ate up and then it moves down. But extreme greed, it can stay there for quite a bit of time. So that's something to just, be wary of. And if I'm looking here, like Pengu's, wow, 1.5 billion flipped Fartcoin like it's nothing. A lot of the strong movers, what the hell is M? Am I missing out on stuff? Meme core. See, I'm not even being in the game. I missed stuff out for like a week or two. What the hell is B? Build on? What are these? Markets? What market's this? I have no clue. Pancake Swap is normally BNB. Yeah, crazy. See, I take like a week or two off and things just absolutely change, and this is how fast crypto moves though, guys. But like I said, the whole opportunity from way back when was to buy in fear. So if we look at this in more of a review now on where I bought and why I just said, buy and hodl, it's not that difficult. As you remember, I bought here in relief. And Bitcoin's moved, and now altcoins are moving. Now, that's another thing that I wanted to share with you, which is if you draw the top trend line of December and January, you connect them together, maybe like that. That gets you a massive rising wedge. So that also is giving me a bit of a chill, which is... so focus on this white trend line and this white trend line. Do I take a short here? Is it worth taking a short? I think it's worth taking a short. I think it is worth taking a short. I think just because of like that and then full, bang. Let's see what EMAs are down here. And so a lot of EMAs are down there. We could come back and test the 50 EMA if that were ever to happen. That'd have to be a very very quick move down though. Wow. I don't know if this is in play. Like I said, I've always been perma bullish. I don't really want to change from where my stance is, but I do think joining those two up, those three up, and that's a big rising wedge, in my opinion. Oh wait, does this connect with something lower? This will be crazy if this connects with something lower. No, I don't think it does. I think it's just that. That's what I see anyway. Yeah, it doesn't connect with anything lower. But still, that's... For somebody who trades chart patterns, for me... See, I'm on a fence now. That I've just seen that. I'll take a short here if it comes back up here again. If it it comes back up here, I'm going to take a short at 118.2. Yeah, I'm going to take a short. I'm going to take a short just based off that parameter. It's not going to... I'm going to do a tight stop loss anyway. Because like I said, the RSI is absolutely roasted. If you did take a short, and again, I'm entitled to take shorts because I've got a lot of longs running. So for me, no damage, easy for me. But for anybody else, I'd be looking to take longs wherever there are dip opportunities. So wherever there's dip opportunities, do take them. But just be wary because Bitcoin is king at the end of the day. And the dominance has literally... It's a smoke screen because look, in the past day or two, if I look at this from a trend perspective, we're just kind of like moving up slowly. It's just a bit of relief and then a full bang. So yeah, I'm a bit on the fence because extreme greed is there. That chart pattern is a bit... that is a debatable chart pattern. Looking at it from a higher time frame, that is a very debatable chart pattern. Yeah, I'm taking a short. I'm going to take a short just for head short in here. Seems sensible. But overall, I think the sentiment, apart from the extreme greed sentiment, RSIs are over roasted. The bulls are in full control here. I'd be very surprised if they let loose off this trend. One thing to bear in mind is on CoinGlass, there's a lot of heat and a lot of liquidity going down. And I'm talking about, if this is a domino effect, there's a lot of liquidity going straight to 106k. A lot of people will be like, what the fuck is CSing about? There's a lot of liquidity just screaming short. So if you go on it, a lot of liquidity is sitting all the way from up there, all the way down there. If you catch that one move, like if you catch a beautiful short, you're going to be making bank if you catch a right short. However, that does not mean to short. I'm just saying that if there was a capitulation event, let's say Capo is right and James Wynn is right and all these other people that are going short are right. If there is a capitulation event, a media event that causes this to absolutely roast, this will come back to around 106, 107k. It may even just come back here and backtest, to be honest. And then we can full send again. Again, I'm not saying that is going to happen. I'm just saying be wary of the possibilities. That's what a trader does. And again, as a contrarian, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 green candles. Well, if today finishes, I don't know. RSI is still high though. It's over 70. This is a clear trend in my opinion. The wave patterns. Let's see on the 12 hour. Okay, let's look at the wave patterns before we do anything else. Wave patterns are screaming short me. 2 hours already moving, 4 hours not even really moved, 6 hours screaming, 8 hours screaming, 12 hours screaming. 1 day is about to scream short the life out of me. And remember when we got these shorts, they were pretty good shorts, to be honest. Like that one in particular. This one wasn't so good, neither was that one, but the third one of the pile was very good. This one, if it flashes, will be a very good short. If it flashes, 2 day will rock. No, still nowhere near curving. 4 day. 4 day and the week. See, the weekly had a divergence, but now, depending on how many more weeks this goes up, that final divergence is going to be the killer. Where that ends up, I have no clue. I don't have a clue. But when that divergence pops up, that is the bear market. This is 100%. Listen to me. If you stay till the end of this video, you should hammer me over the next week or month or so whether this flashes or not. Because if this flashes, you want to be going heavy short. This each time has called the bear market. So like this one here was the full bear market. That was the bear market top. The full top. That was it. As soon as you got that divergence, bang, bear market, finished. This one was pretty good. It wasn't the full bear market, but you would have got a move of 71k down to 48k. You would have been laughing. You would have been happy, right? You wouldn't have been complaining with that. Let's put it that way. This one has been a fake out. So this fake out didn't play out. But this next one, whenever that roams around, that is the one we need to be keeping our eyes peeled out for. All right, guys, that's it from me. Hope you have caught the move whichever way and you're making bank. I'll be back available from Sunday to Monday. I've recorded this on Saturday. So I'll be around Monday, and we will keep an eye on the charts and also the SPX, because I've not done a full run through. But there's been no back tests on the SPXs or the Dows. We've still got gaps as well to the upside to fill. The downside ones, as I've said, they don't really need to get filled. But from a weekly basis, we not come and back tested that 6149, which would have been nice, in my opinion, if the SPX could have come back down and, you know, just tagged this on the way down and then, you know, full send. That would have been a nice back test, because usually when it does go on its little parabolic run, it normally does do a back test. So you see this orange line here where the previous all-time high was, and then it went through a dip. It went over and then it back tested. And then, as you'll see from here, when we got a new all-time high, went over, scribbled around, and then back tested. So that's what we want to see. We will see, though, if that actually happens. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I will catch you in the next one.